All right, today we're going to dig into a strategy from marketing legend Matt Basak that is, well, it's pretty powerful and maybe a little counterintuitive. We're going to unpack his entire approach to building an email list that isn't just big, but is actually, profitable.
So let me just start with a question. What if the best way, the real best way, to build an email list isn't what you think it is? What if everything you've been told about free reports and giveaways, what if that's actually holding you back from attracting the people who are ready to buy? You know the old advice, right? Give away something for free to get an email address. But here's the thing. As Matt Basak famously puts it, this just fills your list with tire kickers and plate lickers. You know the type, people who just love free stuff but will never ever pull out their wallet. And this really breaks it down perfectly. You've got the old way, which is a pure numbers game. It's all about volume. Then you have the new way, ways, which is all about value, building a smaller, but way more active list of people who are proven buyers right from the get-go. So let's kick things off by just completely dismantling what we're going to call the free list myth. Why is that classic model of just offering a freebie starting to show some serious cracks? What's so amazing here is that Basak himself is the one saying this. He openly admits that for years, he was the guy teaching the freebie method. But the data doesn't lie, and he had a total change of heart. He now says, look, there are two routes, and I am all in on the newer one.
And that newer route brings us to Section 2, build a list of buyers. This is the absolute soul of the entire strategy. We're not talking about collecting emails anymore. We're talking about collecting customers.
Okay, so imagine this. You run a free giveaway, and boom, you get 10,000 new subscribers. Now, on paper, that looks incredible, doesn't it? A huge audience you can market to. But now, let's compare that to a totally different approach. You offer some fantastic, low-cost product. We're talking just a few bucks, and you get 1,000 people to actually buy it. Sure, it's a smaller list, but just think about the difference in the quality of that list. And here it is. This is Basak's whole point right here in a single chart. That list of 1,000 buyers is going to be exponentially more valuable, more responsive, and way more profitable down the road than those 10,000 freebie seekers. Why? Because they've already proven they're willing to spend money with you. So the whole idea is this. A buyer list is made up of people who opt in with their credit card. That first little purchase, it's not about the $7 you just made. It's about the psychological shift. It completely filters out the casual looky-loos and leaves you with a list of serious, committed people. Okay, so that leads to the big question. How do you get someone to make that first purchase? Well, that brings us to Section 3, your critical first impression. And it all boils down to trust and delivering just an insane amount of value. The process is actually so simple, it's brilliant. You start with a total no-brainer offer, something with super high value for a ridiculously low price. When the customer buys it, they're just blown away. They can't believe the value they just got. And that one single transaction, it creates instant, massive trust.
And Basak just absolutely nails the customer's mindset right here. When you over-deliver that much on the very first sale, you're not just making a customer, you're creating a fan who is already thinking, wow, what else have they got for me?
Okay, moving on. We have got to talk about the urgency window, because once someone is on your list, especially a buyer's list, a clock starts tipping, like immediately. See, there are two big pressures working against you here. First, subscribers expire. In Basak's world, a subscriber's interest really only lasts for about 3 months. And second, there's opportunity cost. It's like an unsold hotel room for the night. Every single day you don't make an offer is revenue you have lost forever. And Basak does not mince words here. He says the absolute moment someone buys from you is when they are the hottest they will ever be. You have to strike while the iron is hot. Letting that moment go cold is just a colossal mistake.
So how do you make sure your offers are hitting the mark? Well, that brings us to Section 5, and this is the engine that drives this entire system. Test, don't get attached.
Now, for anyone who's kind of new to this, split testing is just a fancy way of saying you compare two versions of something, like a headline or a button color or an email, to see which one performs better. You keep the winner, test it against something new, and you just keep doing that over and over, always improving.
You know, what I love here is how honest Basak is. After running literally thousands of tests, he just straight up admits his gut feeling is often wrong. And that is the lesson, right? Let the data tell you what's working. And whatever you do, do not get emotionally attached to what you think should work.
This just completely reframes the whole goal. Perfection isn't about having the slickest design or the most beautiful writing. In this world, perfection is simply the one that works the best, period. It's a relentless focus on results, not on looks.
So let's pull all this together in our final section. The opportunity is now. I mean, with all the competition out there, is it even still possible to succeed? Well, according to Baskik, it's actually more possible now than ever before.
I mean, think about this for a second. When Matt Bajak got his start, none of the tools we use every day even existed. No autoresponders, no Facebook, no YouTube, nothing. Today we have this massive ecosystem of tools and proven, step-by-step models to follow. The path has already been paved for us.
And that's really the final, super empowering message here. Because other people have already figured this stuff out, and because the tools are so incredibly powerful, there is just an unlimited amount of opportunity out there for literally everybody who's willing to follow the playbook. So really, it all comes down to one last thought. You now have the strategy for building a real buyer list, and you have access to all the tools. The only question that's left is this. What's the first low-cost, high-value offer that you're going to test to start building your own list of buyers?